what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. And today I'm so excited. I wanted to show you my new setup over there. So I moved all my orchids into in a different room. They used to be in the living room. I now moved them to the spare bedroom. And yeah, I changed the setup completely. As you can see, I've got a new shelf and new lamps and everything. So let me take you in closer. Okay, so here we go. So I've got this shelf rack, and it's got 5 shelves in total. I'm using 4 of these shelves for orchids. The bottom shelf is for now just for crap, but I'll probably as I get more orchids, this shelf might fill in quite quickly. And so these are the lamps that I had previously. I just plugged them in, but when I got the new lamps, you can even see on camera it's such a big difference between these lamps and the new ones. So they're not getting a lot of light. So what I'm using the shelf for is basically all my rescues, and mainly the orchids that kind of don't need a lot of light. So I've got my Leptotes bicolor here. It's I burned the hell out of it, so it's now actually growing new roots and a new growth as well, so it's doing really well. I'll do an update on it later on. This is Phalaenopsis Bronze Maiden. It's just a low light plant, so that's why it's sitting there. It's not a rescue at all. And then this is my Cattleya back division, which I'm trying to grow some roots, which it's not doing, I think, just to annoy me. This Tolumnia is absolutely fine, to be honest, but I've got 3 of them, so I'm just kind of trying to spread them out to see where they do best. This little thing, Dendrochilum benzeliae, again, definitely not a rescue plant or anything, but yeah, it's just sitting here for now. But I am actually thinking to rearrange everything a bit better. And then here we've got this one is the Dendrobium senile keikis, basically. So maybe not really a rescue, but I don't want to expose it to too much light and too much fertilizer and everything else, because these keikis, I think they are a lot more sensitive than an adult plant. So it's sitting here. I've got my Dendrobium cucumerinum here, still hanging on. And then my Neophoenicia falcata gojo fukurin is there trying to grow some roots. It doesn't have any at the moment. And here is my other Tolumnia. And on the top shelf, as you can see, there is really no lights here at the moment. It's only getting some light from this guy on the ceiling, which is definitely not a lot at all. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of lights I need to set up for these. But these are all the big plants that basically don't fit in on any other shelf. It's just gonna have to stay on this shelf. My Dendrobium is developing its buds really nicely, right there. So yeah, I can already see at least 2 buds on each node, which is so exciting. Can't wait. And then moving down, I've got here quite a lot of orchids. Just again, I just kind of dumped them all in here, and yeah, let's see what happens. But so I've got my Dendrobium keiki, which is trying to grow something right there. I don't know if it's going to be a bloom, or surely not a keiki on a keiki. So maybe a bloom, but I just never expected it to actually bloom so soon. And I can also see something swelling up there. So yeah, hopefully it's gonna grow a new growth soon. And my Paphiopedilum, doing really well. And Macodes petola, just checking out those new growths and new leaves like crazy. And my miniature Phalaenopsis still growing this new leaf. My Zuru is doing really well. I actually saw that it started pushing out new roots from this new growth, which is fantastic. My Cinnamon Twinkle, it's not too good. This leaf is browning up. This leaf which was here at the bottom, it already fell. But this new growth is pushing on pretty well. So yeah, as you can see, it's already bigger than what it was before I repotted. But to me, it looks like it's just drawing the reserves out of the old growth. And that's definitely not what I want. So I'm gonna try and fertilize it a little bit heavier and see if it stops browning up. And my other Tulumnia is pushing out the new growth right there, which is fantastic. This is my Dendrobium Burana Twist, the smaller of the two. And yeah, not really doing anything, just sitting there. So this might actually go on the top shelf. And this is my Dendrobium Cuthbertsonii, which I repotted recently. As you can see, there is some yellowing leaves. So I was really worried about it. I thought I'm gonna lose it. But actually, when I moved it here, I set up a humidifier, and it basically blows straight into this shelf. So this Dendrobium gets the most out of that humidifier. And I started seeing that it plumped up quite well. I mean, all these small canes started shriveling up so bad. I honestly thought that it's a goner. And I know it's still not looking the best, so it's still got some way to go. But it's definitely looking a lot better than a week ago. So yeah, I think we're moving into the right direction. And this is my small Cattleya, which I just recently done a video on. So yeah, still doing the same, still growing. This small new growth over there is fine. I actually repotted it just a few days ago. Not really repotted, but more repositioned it in the pot. It didn't grow any new roots, so I don't think it really cared. But I put this stake in here so it can actually lean against, and it's now a lot more vertical in the pot, whereas previously it was kind of just leaning on the side, so it wasn't very stable. I thought maybe that's why it doesn't want to grow many roots. And on the bottom shelf here, I've got again just basically the rest of my orchids. So this is Dendrobium pseudoequitans, if I'm pronouncing it right. I actually put a microfiber through basically through the middle of this mount so that it touches the moss, and I pour some water in the saucer, and it actually works really well because that microfiber, it wets up so quickly, and then it distributes the water to this moss, and this moss just stays wet until that saucer gets dry. So that's a lot better, because I started noticing that this Dendrobium is just not the happiest. And so at the moment this is empty. It actually just dried up this morning, so I'm gonna give it a quick dry cycle, and I'm gonna add more water here and it can start drinking up again. This is my Psychopsis, which we repotted recently. The spike is developing, which is amazing. The new growth is still going strong here, not going downhill, which I'm so pleased about. So, and yeah, you can see I put microfiber through this as well, just to constantly keep it moist, and I can feel it's actually quite dry. So I'm gonna add more water. And this is my Oncidium sweet sugar. Actually, I'm gonna do a video about this next, so I'll tell you more about it then. And this is Dendrobium hibiki. Again, I'm actually gonna do a video about it very soon, so I'm not gonna cover this too much, but it's doing really well. It's growing fast. And this is my Renanthera monachica. I just love this plant. It's not really doing much. As you can see, this top leaf hasn't really grown that much, but I can see that there is some activity in the root department, so that's great. But yeah, I just love it. And this is my Bulbophyllum lepidum. And yeah, it's not really doing much. I think it is just trying to develop all these new bulbs now, grow some new roots, and yeah, seems pretty happy as well. So, and here, as you can see, this is my humidifier. I actually put it on a different shelf so that it blows into into this shelf, like directly into the orchids. And I've got a fan as well, which runs at the same time as the humidifier, so that to make sure the airflow is going through and there is no rotting going on. That's definitely not what we want. And then these lamps at the top. So I've got two lamps. It's LED lamps. They're not grow lamps or anything like that. Nothing for plants. It's just normal LED lights, but they seem to be quite bright. So 2 lights per shelf. I think they work pretty well. I'm not seeing yet any kind of burn or any reddening in any of the plants, so I don't think they're getting too much light. So I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see, I no longer have my purple lights, so I was trying to actually attach my big lamps on this top shelf and have those purple lights shining on the top, but this shelf can't really support those big lamps, so that's not going to work. So I'll need to come up with something else. And that's all I wanted to show you right now. So sorry for a bit of a longer video. If you hung on with me until now, thank you so much. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick update on the orchids as well at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you soon. Bye!